Hola, gente linda. Hello, beautiful people. Hola is hello in Spanish, and gente linda means beautiful people in Spanish. I am Nelly Z. My goal for my YouTube channel is to study the topics for the licensed clinical social worker exam together and share this material with someone who may need them. My email address is learningtogethertobecomealcsw at gmail.com. Just in case you would like to contact me, and here is also my Facebook page, facebook.com, Learning Together for LCW. First, I want to share a quote to continue to be inspired and motivated to carry on with this journey. Then we will continue reviewing the normal growth and development from medlineplus.gov. And I will post the link of the article below this video. I will also post my email and my Facebook page. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you like to continue to get more updates and topics related to the LCSW exam. Let's not give up. We can do it slowly but surely. Adios, mi gente linda, and many blessings. And here is the quote that I like to share with you. Sometimes you need to slow down to eventually go faster. And I don't see who the name of this author by Rodin Spinnerman. I just like the quote because it has been very slow studying the material for the LCW exam. But sometimes you need to slow down to eventually go faster, and hopefully this is my case or our case. So let's see. Let's go now to the Google. And now this is the last part that we are going to have for the growth and development, which is the teen development. And here it says also called adolescent development. As a teenager, you go through many physical and mental, emotional, and social changes. The biggest change is puberty that we already read. The process of becoming sexually mature is usually happen between age 10 and 14, and girls and ages 12 and 16 for boys. As your body changes, you may have questions about sexual health. During this time, you start to develop your unique personality and opinion. Some changes that you might notice include increased independence from your parents, more concern about body image, clothes, more influence from peers, greater ability to sense right and wrong. All of these changes can sometimes seem overwhelming. Some sadness or moodiness can be normal, but feeling very sad, hopeless, or worthless could be warning sign of mental health problem. If you need help, talk to your parents, school counselor, or a healthcare provider. And then here is the child development teenager 15 to 17 years old, stage of adolescence, young teens. So let's see what it says child development teenager 15 to 17 years. So, okay, so this page is not found. Let's go to again. Stage of development. Okay. A stage of adolescence. Adolescence is the period of transition between childhood and adulthood. It includes some big changes to the body and to the way a young person relates to the world. The many physical, sexual, connected, social, and emotional changes that happen during this time can bring anticipation and anxiety for both children and their family. Understanding what to expect at different stages can promote healthy development through adolescence and into early adulthood. Early adolescence, age to 10 to 13. During this stage, children often start to grow more quickly. They also begin notice other body changes, including hair growth under their arms and near their genitals, breast development in female, and enlargement on the testicle in males. They usually start a year or two earlier in girls than boys. It can be normal for some changes to start as early as age 2 for female and ages 9 for male. Many girls may start their periods around age 12 or average 2 to 3 years after the onset breast development. These body changes can inspire curiosity and anxiety in some, especially if they do not know what to expect or what is normal. Some children may also question their gender identity. At this time, the onset of puberty can be a difficult time to transgender children. Early adolescents have concrete black and white thinking. Things are either right or wrong, great or terrible, without much room in between. It is a normal at this stage for young people to center their thinking on themselves, called egocentrism. As a part of these preteens or early teens are often self-conscious about their appearance and feel as though they are always being judged by their peers. Preteens feel an increased need for privacy. They may start to explore ways of being independent from their family. In this process, they may push boundaries and may react strongly if parents or guardians reinforce limits. Middle adolescence, age 14 to 17. Physical change from puberty continue during middle adolescence. Most males will have started their growth spurt and puberty-related changes continue. They may have some voice cracking, for example, as their voice is lowered. Some develop acne. Physical changes may be nearly complete for females, and most girls now have regular periods. At this age, many teens become interested in romantic and sexual relationships. They may question and explore their sexuality identity, which may be stressful if they do not have support from peers, family, or community. Another typical way of exploring sex and sexuality for teens of all gender is self-stimulation, also called masturbation. Many middle adolescents have more arguments with their parents as they struggle for more independence. They spend less time with family and more time with friends. They are very concerned about their appearance, and peer pressure may peak at this stage. The brain continues to change and mature in this stage. There are many differences in how normal middle adolescents think compared to an adult. Much of this is because the frontal lobes are the last area of the brain to mature. Development is not complete until a person is well into their 20s. The frontal lobes play a big role in coordinating complex decisions, making impulse control and being able to consider multiple options and consequences. Middle adolescents are more able to think abstractly and consider the big picture, but they are still may lack the ability to apply in the moment. For example, in certain situations, kids in the middle adolescence may find themselves thinking things like, I'm doing well enough in math and I really want to see this movie. One night of skipping aside won't matter. Do I really have to wear a condom during sex if my girlfriend takes the pill? Marijuana is legal now, so it can be that bad. While they may be able to walk through the logic of avoiding risks outside of this situation, a strong emotion often continues to drive their decision when impulses come into play. Late adolescents 8 to 21 and beyond, late adolescents generally have completed physical development and grown to their full adult height. They usually have more impulse control by now and may be better able to gauge risk and reward accurately in comparison to middle adolescents. Youth and late adolescents might find themselves thinking, while I do love Paul Rudd movies, I need to study for my final. I should wear a condom, even though my girlfriend is on birth control. That's not 100% in preventive pregnancy. Even though marijuana is legal, I'm worried about how it might affect my mood and work school performance. Teens entering early adulthood have a strong sense of their own individuality now and can identify their own values. They may become more focused on the future based on decisions on their hopes and ideas. Friendships and romantic relationships become more stable. They become more emotional and physically separated from their family. However, many reestablish an adult relationship with their parents and consider them more unequal from whom to ask advice and discuss major topics with rather than authority figure. How to help your child navigate adolescence. Children and their parents often struggle with changing dynamic of family relationship during adolescence, but parents are still a critical support throughout this time. Here are some things you can do. Help your child anticipate change in their body. Learn about puberty and explain what's ahead. Reassure them that physical change and emerging sexuality part of normal and healthy development. Leave room for questions and allow children to ask them their own pace. Talk to your pediatrician when needed. Start early conversation about other important topics. Maintain open communication about healthy relationships, sex, sexuality, consent, and safety, such as how to prevent sexuality transmitting infection, pregnancy, and substance abuse. Starting this conversation during early adolescence will help build a good framework for discussion learning. Keep conversation with your child positive. Point out strengths, celebrate successes, be supportive, and set clear limits with high but reasonable expectations. Communicate clear and reasonable expectations for curfew, school engagement, media use, behavior, for example, and at the same time gradually expanding opportunity for more independence over time as your child takes on responsibility. Youth with parents that aim for this balance has been shown to have lower rates of depression and drug use. Discuss risky behaviors such as sexual activity and substance use and their consequences. Be sure to set positive example yourself. This can help teens consider or rehearse the decision making ahead of time and preparing for when situations arise. Honor independence and individuality. This is all part of moving into early adulthood. Always remind your child you are here to help when it's needed. The adolescent year can feel riding a roller coaster. By maintaining positive and respectful parent-child relationship during this period, your family can try to enjoy the ride. So let's see what else was in the other page. Young teens, 12 to 14 years age. Okay, tips to young. Positive parent tips, young teen to 12, 14 years. So key point, as parent, you give children good start in life, you nurture, protect, guide and learn about development milestone, including emotional, social, things for children who are 12 to 14 years. Help your child with positive parenting tips, including topics such as child safety, healthy bodies, development milestones. This is a time of many physical and mental, emotional, and social changes. Hormone change as a puberty begins. Most boys grow facial and pubic hair, and their voice deepen. Most girls grow pubic hair and breasts and start their period. They might be worried about these changes and how they are looked at the others. This also will be a time when your teen may face peer pressure to use alcohol, tobacco products, and drugs to have sex. Other challenges be eating disorder, depression, and family problems. At this age, teens make more their own choices about friends, sports, studying at school. They become more independent with their own personality and interests, as some parts are still very important. Here is some information how young teen develops emotional and social changes. Children in this age group might show more concern about body image, looks, and clothes. Focus on the self, going back and forth between high expectation and lack of confidence, experience more moodiness, show more interest and influence by peer group, express less affection toward parents, sometimes might seem rude or short or tempered, feel stress more challenging in schoolwork, develop eating problems, feel a lot of sadness or depression which can lead to poor grades at school, alcohol or drug use and safe sex and other problems, thinking and learning. Children in this age group might have more ability for complex thought, be better able to express feelings through talking, develop stronger steps of right and wrong, positive parenting. Following are some things that you as a parent can do to help your child during this time. Be honest and direct with your teen when talking about sensitive subjects such as drug, drinking, smoking, and sex. Meet and get to know your teen's friends. Show an interest in your teen at school. Help your teen make healthy choices while encourage them to make their own decisions. Respect your teen's opinion, take into account their thought and feeling. It's important that they know that you are listening to them. When there is some conflict, be clear about goals, expectations, like getting good grades, keeping things clean, showing respect, but allow your teen input how to reach those goals, like when how to study or clean. Child safety first. You play an important role in keeping your child safe, no matter how old they are. Here are a few tips to help protect your child. Make sure your teen knows about the importance of wearing seat belts. Motor vehicle crash are leading cause of death among 12 to 14 years old. Encourage your teen to wear a helmet when riding a bike or skateboard or using inline skate, riding a motor snowmobile or all-terrain vehicle, or play contact sport. Injuries from sport and other activities are common. Talk with your teen about the dangers of drugs, drinking, smoking, risky sexual activity. Ask them what they know and thinking about this issue and share your thought and feeling with them. Listen to what they say and answer the question honestly and directly. Talk with your teen about the importance of having friends who are interested in positive activities. Encourage them to avoid peers who pressure them to make unhealthy choices. Know where your teen is, where an adult is present. Make plans with them for when they will call, where you can find them, and what time you expect them home. Set clear rules for teens they are home alone. Talk about issue having friends at the house, handling situations that can be dangerous, emergency, fire, drug, etc. Completing homework, housework. tasks, healthy bodies. Encourage your teen to be physically active. They might join a team sport, take an individual sport, helping with household tasks such as movie, the lamb, walking the dogs, washing cars. Also, keep your teen active. Meal times are very important for family. Eating together help teens make better choices about the food they eat, promote healthy weight, give your family member time to talk with each other. Give television sets your teen better. Set limited for screen time, including cell phone, computer, video games, other devices, and develop family media. Make sure your child gets recommended amount of sleep each night for teenager 13, 18 years old, age 10 hours for 20 hours, including nap. For more information, here are several links. Very good. Stage of adolescence, grow your 18 years old, they will read this, grow and your 18 teens going through poverty will have many changes under development. Let's see.
Rate of growth in height begins. Pubic hair begins to appear, usually within 6 to 12 months after the start of breast development. The uterus and vagina, as well as labia and clitoris, increase in size. Pubic hair is well established and breasts grow further. The rate of growth in height reaches its peak about 2 years after the start of puberty. Menstruation begins, almost always after the peak growth rate in height. Average age is 12.5 years. Once girls start to menstruate, they usually grow about 1 or 2 more inches, reaching their final adult height by about age 14 or 15 years, younger or older depending on when puberty began. Changes in boys. Boys tend to show the first physical changes of puberty between the ages of 10 and 16. They tend to grow most quickly between ages 12 and 15. The growth spurt of boys is, on average, about 2 years later than that of girls. By age 16, most boys have stopped growing, but their muscles will continue to develop. Other features of puberty in boys include: the penis and testicles increase in size. Pubic hair appears, followed by underarm and facial hair. The voice deepens and may sometimes crack or break. The Adam's apple, or larynx cartilage, gets bigger. Testicles begin to produce sperm. At the doctor's office. Normal growth, supported by good nutrition, enough sleep, and regular exercise, is one of the best overall indicators of your teen's good health. Despite data collected for growth charts, normal heights and weights are difficult to define. Your teen's growth pattern is largely determined by genetics. Shorter parents, for instance, tend to have shorter kids, whereas taller parents tend to have taller kids. Although you may worry if your child isn't as tall as other classmates, the more important question is whether your child is continuing to grow at a normal rate. If your doctor detects a problem, such as a growth rate that had been normal but has recently flattened, he or she may track your child's measurements carefully over several months to see whether the growth pattern suggests a possible health problem or is just a variation of normal. It's not unusual for teens to have their own concerns about how they're growing and how they look. Girls can be very critical of their own weight, which can sometimes lead to unhealthy body image concerns and dieting practices. Boys tend to be more concerned with their height and muscle development, which can also lead to unhealthy practices, like using steroids and protein supplements. If you're concerned about your teen's body image, or eating and exercise habits, talk with the doctor. Many teens worry a lot about being different from their peers, and about anything that would make them not fit in or seem normal. Encourage your teen to bring up any of these concerns with the doctor, if he or she feels comfortable doing so. The doctor can provide reassurance that other kids have the same concerns about their size. If you have any other concerns about your teen's growth or development, talk with your doctor. Medically reviewed by Mary L. Gavin, Maryland. Date reviewed, June 2019. Thank you for listening to this Kids Health audio cast. The information you heard is for educational purposes only. If you need medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, consult your doctor. This audio cast is copyrighted by Kids Health and the Nemours Foundation. All rights are reserved. Visit www.kidshealth.org for more.
Okay, friends, we're done with development and growth, and I'll show you in what topic of the outline we're gonna be in the next video. Bye, amigos. Adios.